Welcome to another opportunity for togetherness. I'm Samaj. This is Creating with Samaj, and every day we spend 15 or 20 minutes putting marks on paper, getting things out of the inside and onto pages so we can express ourselves in a nonverbal way and just have some time to ourselves as we create. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Canson XL, our Prangoval 16. Let's turn and see what we create today. It is Choose Love Day in America today. And what is Choose Love today? It's Martin Luther King's birthday. Civil rights leader and icon. An amazing human that did so much for civil rights in America. So, someone that is revered by many for all that he brought and shared. Amazing human. So today we celebrate Martin Luther King. And a chance to give back to the communities in which we live. It's become a day of service where we do acts of service here. And it's always fun to see who shows up at the different events. And it's always great camaraderie. And it can be anything from cleaning up a beach, cleaning up a park, helping to paint a mural, covering graffiti. There are so many things that are possible. Volunteering some of your time to someone else, that is what we do on a day of giving back, sharing love in the ways that we can, choosing love over hate, because love is a mighty powerful elixir. It is that thing that can change anything. So, when we let the love in, it changes us. So, let the love in by seeing what you can do for someone else. That's the greatest way to see how you can be of service. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling like you don't know why you're here, get out and give some volunteer time. Getting us outside of ourselves is such a beautiful thing because it expands us and gives us new perspective and allows us to see others and their struggles and where they're at and how they're dealing with it. And at the same time, it allows us to be of service. And you never know what might happen in those situations. The most amazing things can start to show up. People and opportunities, situations. So when we allow ourselves to be of service to others, it allows our ego to become smaller, allowing us to shine in a different way. Giving your ego a rest is a really lovely thing. It spends a lot of time being really loud and really noisy, leading us and telling us things that may not be true. It's wonderful in that it keeps us safe and protected, and that it allows us to do some things, but sometimes it gets really, really loud in how it thinks that it has to always take up space and always be the thing that's right. Egos are funny things. We need them, but boy, can they be bothersome at times. And when we learn to realize that ego is sometimes that very thing that keeps us from expanding into new areas by disallowing us to move out of our comfort zone. So when we move our ego outside of its comfort zone, it becomes threatened. So it starts to rise up and it starts to tell you things that may not be true about you. It's not worth listening to. Keep that in mind. It's really not worth listening to. Knowing that, allow yourself to expand in ways that you may not have thought that you would. And what do I mean by expand in ways? I mean, try new things. Do something different. Don't invest so much energy in believing that you're not doing it right, or that you're getting it wrong, or that someone else is better than you. Because honestly, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And why doesn't it matter? Because everyone's on their own singular journey. We're not on a team journey. There are times that we journey together as individuals, but this journey is a solitary journey. And so what you do with your time, what you do with your energy, and how you express yourself is important for your growth and your expansion. While you're here, do you always want to be the same person every single day? Every single day? No. You want dimension in your life. You want to have more, for the most part. Always growing, always expanding. And we do that when we challenge ourselves and take risks and do things that are different and outside of our comfort zone, which makes our ego very, very unhappy. Because the ego likes to know what's going on. It kind of is a control freak, right? And it says, if it's not about me, it must be wrong. And no, that's not really true. That's not really a true story. But sometimes a lot of false narratives have a way of showing up. And those false narratives are either made up in our own heads, or they're stories that other people told us that we believe that keep us from succeeding and reaching our potential. And sometimes I think it's because people fear our success, because they're afraid if we become successful, they're going to lose a part of us to someone or something else, and then we will no longer belong to them. So rather than the encouragement, we get a lot of discouragement in the things that we practice because of their own fear. So, if we're going to expand, we have to step outside of that state of fear. We have to choose love and try new things, and we have to let the people around us know that we're not going to do things to push them out or push them away, but actually to create more space so that there can be more for everyone. Because when you're better, everyone's better, right? Just feel kind of that's the way it is. When you're better, everyone's better. We're going to have an orange sky because maybe it's sunrise, maybe it feels like a sunrise morning. We're nearly out of our yellow. We're going to have to go and find some more paint. Thank you so much for being here on this Choose Love Day, Martin Luther King Day, where we get to put our egos aside and do for others, because doing for others expands us and allows us to grow when we get perspective. And perspective is such a lovely thing to have. Perspective creates opportunity for us, believe it or not. So, thank you for taking the time to be with me today. I always enjoy us being together, creating, doing the thing that we do, making art, taking time for us. However that shows up for us, whether it's a landscape, whether it's images on the page, whatever it is, we enjoy the experience of doing it together, because, it's nice to have somebody that helps to make you accountable for just wanting to expand and grow in your art, in your craft, in your way of expressing who you are, and however that shows up. And maybe it's drawing, maybe it's painting, who knows. But thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure. On this Choose Love Day, I hope and trust that you choose love, that you find time to maybe do for others, have the chance to see how you can gain perspective by seeing how you can be of service. Because when we are of service, wow, the doors that it opens and the things that it unlocks, and it allows the ego to step aside. Thank you for being here. I am not going to put a border around this today. These are always so fun to see how they turn out. The little coloring book. I'm Samaj. This is Creating with Samaj. Wishing you the very best on this Choose Love Day. And wherever you are, I trust you have an amazing day. And until then,